Hello friends! A lot's been happening in the world, and so I've been thinking about mindfulness. And mindfulness is important to help us calm our brains, calm our bodies, and just to help us be fully present and understanding what's happening around us. One of my favorite mindfulness activities for art is Zentangle. And so I have with me today this book called The Joy of Zentangle. And I use this book for some ideas to inspire my work, but I'm also going to show you how you can create your own Zentangle designs just by thinking about pattern. Here are a few examples of what Zentangles might look like. And here's one more page. Really interesting. So to get started, I'm just going to draw a shape. This is a reminder to pause the video whenever you need to. You're going to see some fast parts where I work really quickly, so you'll need to pause it to complete your work. Take a breath and take your time. All right, I have a pen here and I'm gonna start by just drawing a heart really large to fill my page. There we go. Just a large curve to a point and a large curve to a point. My heart isn't perfect. That's okay. I decided to do it a little lopsided there. Whatever happens, go with it. Make it work. I'm going to be Zentangling my heart today, but if you're looking for some other ideas, here's another one that I started that's shaped like a butterfly. Or if those shapes seem tricky to you, they make you feel a little bit nervous, and you don't feel like you'll be relaxed working on them, then you can make up your own shape and do something more organic. All right, next step. I need to break down my shape into different sections. So I'll start by doing a straight line here, but I can use other types of lines. I could do a curving line, a zigzag line, and maybe I'll end that with something more like a swirl. Now all I need to do is think about patterns. A pattern is any repeating design. I'll probably use a few patterns from this book. It shows me the steps for how to draw them. But because you don't have this book with you, know that you can use any pattern that you want to create. This one reminds me just of some zigzags. So a zigzag pattern is something you could draw. This one looks like a spider web. That's really interesting. I bet you could find other patterns in nature. Each space that I drew is going to have a different pattern in it. So I'm going to start right here, and I'm thinking I might do a repeating pattern of polka dots. That pattern was pretty simple. I simply drew small dots over and over and over again. I drew them as circles because I thought I might like to color them in later, or color the space around them. I'll see what I decide when I finish the rest of my patterns. What are a couple of other simple patterns you could do? I'm thinking simple shapes, maybe some more lines that are used to fill one of those spaces. Maybe I'll do stripes. And then I'll see what else I can think of and continue to work. Let's see what happens. Here's my Zentangle. I decided to use the web pattern that I found in the book, but the rest of the patterns I created of my own design. I even included a smaller pattern of hearts to fill one of my spaces. Can you see my lines that I drew at the beginning? Straight, zigzag, my swirl, and my wavy line. All those lines created different spaces. Now each space is filled with a different pattern. Sometimes I like to finish off my work with a nice little border. So let me think of a detail I can add all around the edge of my shape. I decided to use a curving line to outline the edges of my heart. And then I colored it in with some zigzag marks to make those spaces look darker. Now, drawing these patterns has been really relaxing and a lot of fun for me, but something else that's a lot of fun and relaxing for me is coloring. So now let's talk about how you could finish this if you want to do more. This looks great on its own, but if you want to add more to your artwork, you can shade with a pencil or color with another material. If I'm going to shade with pencil, I find a space or pattern that I want to add different values to. This pattern here with the large circles with smaller circles inside, I might choose to make some layers darker and some lighter. Maybe I'll shade in the center circles really dark by pressing hard with my pencil. And then press a little softer to make the center circle a mid shade, somewhere between light and dark. All right, I'm going to keep going. These patterns are already starting to stand out more than the others because they have lights and darks inside of them. I made a couple of mistakes where I colored over the edge, but I'm not going to worry about that. Mistakes don't matter in this exercise. It's all about having fun and relaxing. So I'm going to make it work by adding color in some of the spaces that I accidentally colored into. I use these Crayola Art with Edge markers when I'm coloring. I just really enjoy them. You can use whatever you have available at home. Let's get coloring. Now my Zentangle is complete and I'm feeling very relaxed. I hope you have fun with this activity and you feel rested when you're finished. Take care.
Mommy?
This one? Do you want these? Good job. Good work.